Stephanie Phillips, Dennis Culver, Clayton Henry, and Nick Varela dive into the worlds of Green Arrow and Black Canary as the two lovers fight across an entire multiverse to be with each other once more. Stephanie Phillips and Dennis Culver explore the unbreakable bond Green Arrow and Black Canary have in this Crisis tie-in. However, I never felt the book dove deep enough into their relationship or explores exactly why they are so drawn to one another, and it's a bit disappointing that that never happens, since if ever a place was to explore that, it would be this tie-in. We do get the genesis of an idea regarding Oliver and Dinah's relationship being different from the other Justice League members because they are lovers who are fighting with each other and for each other, but that's really as far as we get with that. It never goes any further than that and explores why they are so attracted to one another. Of course, I know the in-universe reasons and all that, but it should really be explored here. Culver's little backup story being a prequel to Phillips's story was pretty cool, but the idea that Dinah was the one who convinced Pryor to merge their worlds so they can be together really undercut this idea that their love is so strong that it literally causes multiverses to move together, and really takes away from this whole thing that the story was trying to do with the whole true love always wins concept. Clayton Henry and Nick Varela provide artwork for both the stories, and Clayton, who is no stranger to Green Arrow, returns to the character like he never left, giving us all of the really fun Robin Hood connections, while Nick dipped her toes into Bruce Timm animated series styles for backup, specifically Batman Beyond with its dark cityscapes, red skies, and kind of Kirby-esque colours and in-universe technology. It all looked very much like how Bruce Timm designed all of the stuff he did in the animated series. Worlds without a Justice League, Green Arrow issue 1 really wasn't that good of an issue, toying with an interesting idea but never really fully realizing it, and instead almost going out of its way to undercut it in every way possible. I'm gonna give this issue a 4 out of 10. Worlds Without a Justice League, Green Arrow issue 1 heads to a medieval village where a poor woman gives what little money she has to Sheriff Malcolm Merlyn. He tells his men to take everything the woman has on her property since it belongs to them, when suddenly an arrow pins his money purse to a notice board. Green Arrow and his merry men appear, battling Merlyn and his men and easily taking the lesser trained men down. Oliver thinks that Merlyn needs to get a better grade of henchmen, meeting one of Malcolm's arrows with his own before tackling the villain down, putting him in a chokehold. Merlyn manages to slash Oliver across the cheek with a dagger, fleeing into the forest as Green Arrow knows he can run all he wants, but the forest is his kingdom. Oliver gives chase as a bard watches from a nearby house. Knowing Green Arrow and Merlyn are adversaries across worlds and universes, the being wonders if the hero always remains a hero or if there are a myriad of eventualities across all realities. The being thinks that maybe true love is the only constant as Oliver heads deeper into the forest, calling for Merlyn to show himself. Oliver soon spots a small yellow canary, following it as it flies through a dense fog, which Oliver breaches and leads him into a giant city unlike any he has ever seen. Oliver thinks that it's magic as a hooded being tries to sneak up on him, but the hero catches their leg, throwing them through a glass window. The being reveals that they are a blonde woman whom Oliver really wants to get to know as she kicks him in the stomach, telling him that she doesn't like strangers in her city. The two come to fight each other, but then the woman tells him that she feels like she knows him, something Oliver feels as well. She thinks it's not possible as first a giant forest appears at her city's doorstep, and then the archer she thinks she knows shows up, but Oliver doesn't know anything more than she does, finding the city rather depressing. The woman thinks that he should see more of the city, wanting to show him as the bard from before knows that the queen has found his own queen now, but not all is well in their kingdom as a new player has arrived, one who crawls from a dark fissure in the ground to stop Oliver. Oliver follows the woman into a club, learning her name is Dinah Lance, but most people call her the Black Canary. Oliver asks her again if they have met, but Dinah knows that she would remember, yet he does seem familiar. They share a drink, then almost kiss when the Canary Club is blown up. A being who looks exactly like Oliver appears, calling for the death of the Queen, as Oliver thinks that the man is actually him. The evil Oliver fires an arrow at the heroes, which explodes over them, but they dive out of the way to safety. Green Arrow shoots at the doppelganger, but he takes no notice of the wound. telling Oliver he shouldn't have left the island since he doesn't belong in the city. Oliver realizes that this is a version of himself who never left the island he became shipwrecked on, telling Dinah he is some alternate version of himself. Dinah blows the man away with her canary cry, shocking Oliver, who wants to know more, but Dinah says that she'll tell him after they commit some regicide, making Oliver think that they should call this doppelganger Oliver Reggie, knowing calling him Oliver will just get confusing. Reggie suddenly attacks Oliver with a knife, calling the hero weak, and he is to die because the outside world has corrupted him and he is not who they are meant to be, and the woman he is with isn't who they are meant to be with. Dinah kicks Reggie in the face with her steel-toed boots, but Reggie grabs her, putting a knife to her throat, intending on muting her scream forever. Oliver tackles the villain down, but the sharp knife slips and stabs Oliver in the chest. Reggie goes to kill Oliver, proclaiming that he is not meant to be and these worlds were never meant to meet. Dinah, now with Reggie's bow, tells Oliver to duck as she fires an explosive arrow at Reggie, exploding him and killing him once and for all. Oliver wonders if he survived, knowing if they don't see a body it could lead to some complications. Dinah wonders what the villain meant by Oliver not belonging there with her, but Oliver thinks that he was wrong, since there is no world where they don't belong together. Oliver kisses Dinah as the bard, revealed to be an older Oliver, knows that they will always find each other through a myriad of realities, and if they are meant to be together, they will find a way. During the Battle of the Dark Army, Oliver Queen dies after following Black Canary into battle, but from his death, Pryor builds two new universes, Earth Canary 1 and Earth Green Arrow 1. On his Earth, Oliver is found by Diggle in the Arrow Cave, having spent the entire night searching for a woman he sees in his dream, even building a machine to recreate the images of the woman he sees. But no one on the Earth matches her, yet he still thinks she is out there, maybe in another universe. Officer Diana Lance, meanwhile, is told by Commissioner Gordon she is late to her Birds of Prey meeting, but Diana is well aware of the protocols, explaining that she's been having the nightmares again, the nightmares where she loses everything to some unstoppable doomsday creature. Oliver meanwhile shows Diggle a ship he's built called the Shift Ship, which will transport him from one universe to another by navigating what he calls the Bleed. Diggle thinks that it's an arrow rocket, but Oliver explains that it's just shaped like one since branding is important. Diggle tries to get him to stay and fight crime on his world, but Oliver knows that he must follow his heart and find the woman of his dreams. Diana raids a building, finding Barbara Gordon waiting for her. She wonders if she's under arrest as Oliver activates the countdown to his rocket. Commissioner Gordon explains that Oracle has calculated the more Diana has her dreams of this doomsday, the more likely it's meant to happen, causing their world to end. Diana asks if she's being arrested for what might happen, reminding her friend that she told her this would happen if Barbara built the Oracle AI. Barbara knows that things change and she can do this the easy way or the hard way, but Diana knows that Barbara knows that she will always choose the hard way. Oliver's rocket takes him into the Bleed as Diana evades Barbara's hail of bullets, escaping into the city as Oliver's ship appears above in the sky. Oliver spots Diana, knowing her to be his bullseye, but suddenly the world is ripped apart by Pryor, who says a countless number of their worlds end like this, with the two meeting and the worlds ending, asking Diana what it is about them that keeps their realities from holding together. He thinks that he should just give Oliver's life up and let him die for good, but Diana knows that if he is insistent on the insanity of his worlds, then she has another way, explaining that Oliver will find her no matter where she goes, so Pryor should just build a world for them both together. Pryor understands now, knowing while the other League members merely fought alongside their comrades and partners, Oliver and Diana have a special bond and fight together as much more. He decides to make their cage of true love, combining both of their worlds so the couple can live and love in peace.